What is up, Carol here with Themeisle. What I want to show you today are some of the best donation form plugins for WordPress. They all come with tons of features, they are all pretty easy to use, and most importantly, you can use all of them for free. So yeah, let's check them out. Alright, before I show you all the other plugins, the first one that I want to introduce to you is called WP Full Pay. It is our own plugin, it does a couple of cool things, and it just so happens that one of its main features is the ability to process donations. So the plugin is very easy to use, and if you want to, you can just install it on your site and basically you're gonna be able to start processing donations right away. The actual payments are handled by Stripe, so yeah, you do have to sign up to Stripe beforehand. But the process is very quick. I actually showed you how to do it in a separate video, so go ahead, check it out. But once you do, the usage then is very, very simple. So once you install and activate the plugin, you're gonna see a new section called Full Pay, and in it, just go into Payment Forms, and this is where you get to create your donation form. So basically just click on Add Form. This is where you get to pick from different types of payment forms that this plugin supports. As you can see, yes, there are donations on the list, but this plugin can also handle your other payments with ease. So there are options for one-time payments and for subscriptions, which you will be able to use to handle any scenario of selling anything on the web. Yeah, so once you pick the type of form that you want to create, for each form you're gonna be taken through a easy onboarding wizard, meaning you're gonna be able to set all the specific details about your donation, such as suggested donation amounts. You can even set a minimum donation amount and also pick if you want your donations to be one-time donations or if you want to make them recurring and be charged monthly, annually, even daily if you want to. You can also generate invoices if you need those, and so on. So after just a couple of minutes you can end up with a form like this one, for example. So granted, this one has a lot of options, but it just shows you the amount of stuff you can customize, right? So your supporters can pick the exact amount that they want to donate. They can also pick if the donation should be a one-time donation or happen monthly, annually, and whatever you set in the settings. And then there are of course fields for the actual payment details of the person. So yeah, quite functional. I would highly recommend using this plugin if you just want to get started quickly and start getting donations from your visitors, from your audience right away, even today. And then if you need to, you can use this plugin to handle your other products or services that you might be selling through your website. Yeah, so check it out. It is free, easy to set up, you're gonna love it. Then the next plugin on the list is Give WP. This one probably is the most well-known donation plugin for WordPress. As you can see, it's been installed more than 100,000 times, which is a lot, and it comes with loads of interesting features. For example, you can use it not just to get donations, but also manage your donor information, generate some reports, and basically be in full control of whatever is going on with your donations. Through this onboarding wizard, you're going to be taken through the most important settings of the plugin all the way to an operational donations form. Yeah, that is very cool. You can set your donation goals. You can pick whether you want your users to be able to leave comments with their donations, also set things like anonymous donations, and so on. Very similarly to WP Full Pay, you can integrate this plugin with Stripe to process the actual donations. Plus there are also options for other payment gateways such as PayPal. As you can see here, the form is very nice. It has all the important options in it, so the user can pick an amount, enter a custom amount, and then move on to the next step where they can give you their information and finalize the donation. If you ever need more features, you can upgrade to a paid plan where you're gonna be able to use additional payment gateways, some add-ons, and set up things like recurring donations if you need them. However, that one, I think, yeah, it's available only on the Plus edition. Apart from that, if you just want basic settings, basic donations, you can handle them no problem with the free version of the plugin. Then next plugin on the list is called Charitable. This one allows you to set up unlimited campaigns with custom goals, progress tracking, and deadlines for when you want the campaign to end. You can handle one-time donations through Stripe and PayPal. Again, you get basic donation management reports and so on. Then if you want things like recurring donations and even donor accounts, then you're gonna need to upgrade to a paid version. But when it comes to one-time donations, simple donations, this plugin can do them for free with no problem. As with the previous ones, this also has a nice onboarding experience, a nice wizard to get you through the most important settings of the plugin. You can connect to your payment gateway quite easily right from the dashboard, and then you can start creating your campaign. There are some nice templates here on the page depending on the cause that you're raising money for, so this will help you actually to get started with this plugin as soon as possible. You can pick the elements of your donation form from the sidebar. Those will help you make your form look exactly like you want it, and then when done, just save the form. And then the form itself has all the important information, so the visitor can pick an amount that they want to donate. Then they get to provide all their payment information and other important details, and finally just donate. The plugin has a really nice dashboard that's gonna show you all the donations coming in with some detailed stats, reports. It's all pretty nice and should be very useful when you're managing your campaign on an everyday basis. Next on the list we have WP Forms. So as you may know, this is a more general purpose forms plugin for WordPress. For example, if you need things like contact forms or any other type of form on your site, then this plugin is going to be able to provide it to you. And it just so happens that it can also handle your donation forms. It does support Stripe payments from the get-go, so it's quite easy to set up that way. And the great part is that if you are already using a plugin like this, or if you do have a need for a plugin like this one for general contact forms, then you can handle both the contact form needs and your donation campaigns in one plugin, which is great and simplifies the whole setup a lot. So once you have the plugin installed, all you do is basically create a new form. The simplest way to get it going is to look for a donation template here on the list, and as you can see there are a couple of options to pick from. There's the general donation form, there's a specific template for a non-profit crowdfunding form, plus loads of other ones. However, they are all available on the paid version, so if you want to get started for free, you can just use the first one, variable donation form, and in here you're gonna be able to enter all the details about the cause that you're raising money for, and you're also gonna be able to set up the specific donation field that are important. So for example, all the way down here on the list of available form fields, there's a whole section for payment fields. Use any of them to make your form more custom, and when you're done, just click on save. However, before you can actually get any donations, you will need to go into the payment section and then integrate the plugin with your Stripe account. This process works similarly to all the other plugins that I showed you, so as soon as you are done with that, you're gonna be able to start accepting donations with WP Forms. Then once the donations are coming in, you're gonna be able to see all your payments here in the payments section of the plugin with some basic stats and useful info about how your campaign is going. Alright, and the last solution on the list is called Donation Platform for WooCommerce. I wanted to include that one because I wanted to have something that integrates with WooCommerce. There's a high chance many of you are using WooCommerce to run your e-commerce store on WordPress, and if you also need to handle donations on the same site, then using something like that is probably gonna be the best solution because it all integrates into WooCommerce and you can basically see and handle all the payments in the same place. So yeah, what you need to make it all work is of course WooCommerce itself, and then you need to install this plugin. Then all you do is just create a normal product, a new product in WooCommerce, and then you're gonna be able to select it to be a donation product. You need to set a price of that. It's gonna become the suggested donation amount. You can also customize things and enter details such as your fundraising goal, the end date of the fundraiser, and so on. There's also this shortcode that you can use to place it on whatever page within your site so that the visitors don't have to go to this specific product, but instead can give you a donation from elsewhere on the site as well. Then your product, your new donation product, is gonna appear on your site just like any other. Granted, this is a very example website. It doesn't have a lot of content, a lot of design. So what you're seeing is just a blank page with some placeholder image and some example copy. But you can see the main field, the main important field of the donation in here. So as soon as someone clicks on the donate button, they're gonna be taken to a standard web form, and the payment itself is gonna be processed by WooCommerce. So if you are in a situation where you know that this is gonna make things easier for you, then go ahead, check it out. The plugin is free to use. It doesn't include any additional fees on top of whatever you're already paying with WooCommerce, and it really tries to do whatever it can to integrate with the native way that WooCommerce operates. So yeah, that is it. Those are the plugins, those are the donation plugins that you can use this year to raise money as easily as possible. You can use all of them for free. Of course, most of them also have paid plans if you ever need to expand on the features that you have, if you need to process more payments, or if you want to use different payment gateways, then you're gonna find options for that as well. In the meantime, let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, subscribe, there's a lot more content coming up, and see you next time.